Welcome to the Special Explainer. Whenever we talk about the absolute greatest football players to ever step onto the pitch, one name is literally always front and center: Cristiano Ronaldo. Think about this staggering fact for a second. He has scored more goals after turning 30 than most legendary, world-class strikers score in their entire careers. I mean, that kind of longevity completely defies normal biology. But today, we aren't just looking at him as a traditional player. We're going to study him as an absolute masterclass in high-performance psychology, elite strategy, and physical reinvention. So get ready to take some mental notes. Okay, let's dive into this. When you think of Cristiano Ronaldo's ultimate weapon, what immediately comes to mind? Is his biggest strength his incredible, record-shattering goal-scoring tally? Is it his lightning-fast speed down the wing? Or is it that absolute powerhouse physique? Honestly, most casual fans and even seasoned pundits would instantly pick one of those three traits. And hey, it makes sense. It's supernatural to gravitate toward what is most obvious. But actually, that's a myth. We so often get caught up in the flashy, highly visible traits, the pure sprinting speed or the incredibly impressive muscular build. However, the reality of his sustained dominance is far more fascinating. His true success actually stems from hidden tactical and mental secrets that very few people really talk about. It's like the invisible architecture behind all those highlight reels. Today, we're going to decode the 5 unseen skills and cognitive habits that completely separate him from the rest of the pack. Secret number 1, timing and game reading. People constantly mistake his success on the field for pure, unadulterated physical speed. But when we really slow down and analyze his gameplay deeply, it becomes incredibly clear that his advantage isn't just about running fast. It's actually about brilliant, microscopic timing. Think about the cognitive processing required here. This entire sequence happens in literally 1,000th of a second, often before the ball even leaves his teammate's foot. First, he predicts the exact trajectory and velocity of the ball just by reading the passer's body language. At the exact same time, he's reading how the defender is going to react, calculating their momentum and center of gravity. Finally, he executes his run based on that insane mental calculus. By the time the defender even realizes what's happening, boom, Ronaldo is already planted in the exact right spot. It makes his tap-in goals look effortlessly easy, almost lucky to the casual viewer, but it's actually the result of split-second elite cognitive processing. It's not about being the fastest runner, it's about being the fastest thinker on the pitch. Secret number 2, reading the opponent. Now, what's really interesting about this slide is how it highlights his intense study of the opposition. This transitions us perfectly from his physical movement into his incredible analytical skills, because Ronaldo doesn't just focus purely on his own team's tactics or his own footwork, he intensely studies the opposition. While the ball might be on the entirely opposite side of the pitch, he's actively profiling his marker. He operates like a grandmaster playing a high-speed game of chess, constantly asking himself crucial, real-time questions. Does this specific defender tackle early, making them vulnerable to a quick fake? Do they tend to back off when pressured, giving him space to shoot? What is their preferred foot when turning? He gathers all this real-time data to ruthlessly exploit microscopic weaknesses. Often, it looks to us sitting in the stands like he has a magical sixth sense for what the defender will do, but there's no magic involved here. It is purely based on this deep, constant, and relentless analysis of the man standing right next to him. Secret number 3, magical control in the air. We've all seen those viral clips of his unbelievable jumping ability, soaring over defenders who look like their feet are just glued to the turf. But today, we're peeling back that layer to reveal the true technique at play. Because just getting high off the ground, that is only half of the equation. A lot of incredible athletes can jump high. His true aerial superpower isn't just the vertical leap itself. It's perfect biomechanical balance combined with pinpoint accuracy. While he is suspended in the air, hanging there for what genuinely feels like seconds, he uses phenomenal core strength to maintain absolute equilibrium with his body. He essentially turns himself into a rock-solid, stable platform in midair. This incredible balance is exactly what allows him to strike the ball with his head, to deliver shots that are not only insanely powerful, but incredibly precise in their direction. It is exactly why so many elite defenders simply cannot stop him once he takes flight. They are just jumping, but he is literally controlling the airspace. Secret number 4, the art of adapting. Let's move to this and see how this builds into an amazing survival story. To stay at the absolute peak of world football for over 2 decades requires way more than just fitness. It is an incredible survival story of constant evolution. You simply cannot survive playing the exact same way as your body inevitably changes over time. In his early career, he was a flashy, highly skilled winger, known for long, explosive dribbles and an endless arsenal of tricks. He loved to entertain the crowd. But as time changed, he did something truly remarkable. He actively dismantled his own game. He possessed the immense psychological humility to realize he couldn't outsprint everyone down the wing forever. So he completely transformed himself into a lethal, calculating finisher. Today, he takes far fewer touches, focusing purely on high efficiency inside the penalty box to score with minimal opportunities. It is exceptionally rare for an athlete to let go of their ego, successfully dismantle the very playing style that made them famous, and rebuild themselves into something even more dangerous. And finally, secret number 5, his unfailing winning mentality. Which brings us to his ultimate superpower. Everything we've discussed so far, the precision timing, the real-time analysis, the physical adaptation, absolutely none of it is possible without this specific mindset. When the stakes are at their absolute highest, let's say in the dying minutes of a Champions League final, and the pressure is completely crushing, this is where the separation truly happens. Many exceptionally talented players panic, freeze, or overthink. But as that pressure rises, Ronaldo actually gains confidence. And this isn't blind arrogance. He has an unshakable, deep trust in his own hard work. Because he knows he was the first player to arrive at the training ground, the last one to leave, and the one obsessing over every little detail of his recovery, he knows deeply that his body and skills will not fail him. He relies on a relentless drive to constantly prove himself in every single match, completely refusing to rest on the laurels of everything he achieved yesterday. So the crucial point is this. His biggest superpower is his mindset. When pressure rises, he doesn't shrink. He gains confidence. This psychological resilience, this extraordinary ability to thrive precisely when the heat is turned up and the margins for error totally vanish, is the bedrock of his career. It is the core engine that has powered him through inevitable setbacks, intense media scrutiny, and simply the passage of time. It's widely considered the primary reason he has maintained his status among the absolute best players in the history of the sport for such an extraordinarily long time. We've gone far deeper today than just the highlight reels, the stats, and the records on paper. So I want you to truly reflect on this. What do you believe is Cristiano Ronaldo's biggest strength? Is it his supreme physical fitness, his completely unbreakable mindset, or his relentless goal-scoring instinct? Think about everything we've decoded today, the hidden architecture behind one of the greatest athletes of all time. Thank you so much for joining me to break this down. Keep learning, keep analyzing, and I'll catch you on the next explainer.